Thank you so much for joining us from wherever you are in the world. My name is Stacey Alvarez de la Campa. I am the Community Manager and the Ambassador Coordination here at Island Innovation, and I'm based in Barbados. And today this live stream is going to be all about telling you about the Ambassador Program, and I want to tell you why it's going to be a great opportunity that you should take advantage of and apply and become a member of this fantastic network. So the first thing you're probably going to be wondering is, what exactly is the Ambassador Program? So the best way, the first word that comes to mind, the first two words, unique opportunity. That's definitely what I'll say about the Ambassador Program. It's a unique program and it aims at building a network of people who live in islands or who have an island connection and who are very much involved in creating change. So the program provides essential training in areas such as climate change, climate finance, project implementation, and sustainability. But I would say most importantly, what the program does, it hones your skills to become a leader or to become an even better leader than you already are. And it's a way to enhance the resilience of island communities through investing in the people who are concerned with island communities. So that's definitely what I would say the Ambassador Program is. And this program is going to ensure all of the participants a place in the global arena where you can create vital solutions and collaborate to create those solutions. So that in a nutshell is what I would say the program is about. You'll get a chance to make your voice heard, and you'll get a chance to showcase the solutions that you come up with in your island territories. So that's the first thing. So, linked to that, now we know what the program is, let's think about who can become an ambassador, because that's something else you're probably thinking to yourself, well, am I eligible to become an ambassador? What are the requirements to become an ambassador? So I would tell you that the program is incredibly inclusive. That's the first thing. There are some requirements, but I will definitely say that there are no age restrictions. That's one of the most fantastic things about the program. I think it's incredible that this is, there's this beautiful way to create intergenerational knowledge sharing, because all ages can join this program, young, old, in between. It's just a way for us all to connect and learn from each other. So there's no age requirement. That's one thing. Also, you can be from any island region in the world, any region in the world. So that level of inclusivity and diversity is something else that lends to the real richness of the Ambassador Program. I think that you should be someone as an applicant who you're motivated to create meaningful change in your island community, and you're ready to commit to attending some of the training sessions that we have and the meetups that we have. That's something that I'll mention later on in this live stream. But one of the things that we do is we bring people together in training sessions, and these training sessions are geared towards eventually improving your personal growth, your levels of confidence, your leadership skills, but also your levels of knowledge about sustainable development and solutions that are happening all over the world. So this way, the idea of you having an island connection, because that's one of the major requirements, even if you don't physically live on an island, you should have some kind of island connection. And this is a way that we can also include the diaspora. So those people who may be born in an island and, grew up on an island, but are currently living or relocated somewhere else in the world, you're definitely eligible to join the Ambassador Program. Another way of having an island connection is if you have expertise in projects that are very relevant to islands and solutions that are relevant to islands, issues like renewable energy, waste management, conservation, agriculture and food security, nature-based solutions, for example. If you have expertise in those areas, and also if you want to know more about those things, I definitely would love to invite you to apply. So you can go to our website to apply. I'm going to ask my colleague to put the link to the application that's online in the chat so that you can see it. And this will also be, later on in the live stream, this is being recorded, so you'll also get a chance to see the link that you can use to apply. So I really would like to encourage all of you to apply, please. And as the Ambassador Coordinator, one of the things that I do is I am there to provide support for you if you have any questions. I usually have virtual office hours where there are particular time scheduled an hour during the week. I try to have two sets of office hours. One is geared to the region I live in, kind of the Caribbean, Americas, Latin America. then also the Pacific region. So I have 2 sets of office hours where people can come by, sometimes groups of people drop in, and we just chat about sustainability issues. What are some of the projects you're working on? Do you have any questions about the program? Sometimes it's a way for me to get to know you. And that's one of the things I love most about being the ambassador coordinator. I get to know all of you. So I really would like to encourage all of you currently looking at this live stream to please apply for the ambassador program. So another very pertinent question is, how is the program structured? Like, what are the things that you do in the program? So we generally have 4 phases of the ambassador program. So in the first phase of the program, kind of in the first quarter, because the program begins in February, it begins officially in February, because, applications are now open, but we look to close the applications in the month of January. And then we make our selection. So the program begins in February. And in this first phase, we want to help ambassadors to, first of all, learn a lot about what exactly is Island Innovation? What do we do as a social enterprise? What are kind of the projects that we support? What are some of our concerns? What's our ethos? And then we also help you as ambassadors focus on some networking, as well as creating new connections across regions. So that's really important. And that's one of the things, because before I started to work as ambassador coordinator, I was actually an Island Innovation Ambassador. And the word I would use for that is absolutely life-changing. I forged incredible friendships that I still have. That first quarter of the program, in which we talk about the various sustainable development goals that we're pursuing and just getting to know each other. And in that first phase, we also focus a lot on how can you make the most out of your experience as an ambassador? What are the kind of things that you have to do? How can you narrow your focus? Because initially, you're meeting all kinds of new people. There are tons of things you can talk about. There are lots of issues. You have lots of ideas. So it's okay to feel a little overwhelmed. And in this instance, it's important to kind of reach out to me when you do feel overwhelmed and see how can we create solutions together, or how can I give you the guidance that you need? So that's the first phase of the program, learning about how you can make the most out of your experience as an ambassador, networking, creating new connections, and identifying those things in your regions that you want to focus on and create solutions for. So that's the first phase. In the second phase, we look at building skills. Okay, we really want you to look at how can you enhance your ability to lead, and how can we enhance your knowledge. So we create lots of training sessions in the ambassador program, and that's something that is one of the things of the most value of the program. We want to help you to develop yourself. So we have training sessions to do with climate financing, for example. This is directly linked to the Island Finance Forum. That's one of the bigger virtual events that Island Innovation will be having. This usually takes place in April. So in April 2023, so in March and April, we'll look at training sessions to do with climate financing, but we also have a couple of other sessions. Like we want to look at training sessions that showcase communications, how to use communication as a tool for social transformation. How can you make yourself more visible on social media? How can you create campaigns, for example? So training to do with finance, training to do with communication, those are just some of the ways that you'll get really, really great training as part of this program. So then moving on to the third part of the program, in the third quarter, we're going to be looking at the Virtual Island Summit. We're going to start to prepare for the Virtual Island Summit. And that, as we know, is kind of Island Innovation's flagship event. That's the big event where lots of experts, lots of stakeholders to do with sustainable development, and also to do with topics like the blue economy, topics like agriculture and food security, waste management, renewable energy. Also various island leaders from various regions of the world come together to share solutions and to share knowledge. So part of the activities that we have planned in the third quarter have to do with, for example, giving you the guidance and some of the support that you might need to create a local event. So this support will be mainly in the form of giving you advice, helping you to create a way to communicate with, if you, for example, want to have a panel discussion, because those are some of the things that our ambassadors did this year. Some people had panel discussions on things like food and water security. Other people had panel discussions on sustainable tourism, where they reached out to people in their community. They found a place locally a physical space in which to have that event. And this was done in conjunction with the Virtual Island Summit. So it was linked to the themes of the Virtual Island Summit, and the ambassadors brought members of their community together. So this is something I'd like to encourage all of you who are going to apply to think about doing. Now, you don't have to do that. It would be fantastic to do that. And we would want to give you the support and the guidance that you need to do that. So that's the third quarter, looking at the Virtual Island Summit. We also have some training sessions in that quarter where we want to look at things like climate justice, themes to do with cultural expression and inclusivity in islands. So there's a nice mix of things that you can do. And then finally, we're going to round off the year by looking at COP28. Now, COP28 next year is going to be taking place in Dubai. So we're going to be examining, the developments of the various COPs. How are they relevant to us in island communities? How can we take meaningful action in the face of climate change? So you're going to have a chance to apply a lot of the knowledge that you learned throughout the first 3 phases at the end of the year. We usually have I like to call it a holiday party, like a last session in which you get to come together and chat with each other and talk about what would you like to see in the following year. So in the ambassador program, we like to focus on continuity and building connections throughout the year. And one of the questions that arises on the heels of that is, well, if I'm already an ambassador this year, can I apply to be an ambassador again next year? And the answer, there are 3 answers for that. Yes, yes, and yes. Please apply again if you are already an ambassador, because this is the kind of program that it gets better and better as you learn more about it and you become more acclimatized to the kind of things that you do. And it also gives you a chance to see how are we developing the program to cater more specifically to your needs as ambassadors. As I mentioned before, in the beginning, it's easy to get overwhelmed and feel a bit lost. So the more that you engage with the Island Ambassador program, as years go by, it's a great way to keep the connections that you forge at the beginning of the program. So that's the question. If you are an ambassador already, please apply again. And I would love to see you again. It's been really wonderful to get to know those of you who have been ambassadors already. So, on the heels of this, those who have been ambassadors already, they're going to know about the benefits of the ambassador program. So that's a question to ask yourself. How are you going to benefit from the ambassador program? Because that's important. You want it to lead towards your personal development. And these are things that I've already mentioned, not just your personal development, but the development of your island and your community. So one of the benefits, definitely the opportunity to network, not just with other ambassadors, but with sustainability experts from all around the globe who have experience working in island regions and who have a way to kind of tap into how can we help solutions? How can we help create better solutions? And how can we facilitate knowledge sharing? So that's one thing. I mentioned the training sessions. So that's another way that you're going to benefit. You're going to make a social impact with these training sessions, and it will definitely enhance your knowledge in the sectors that you are working in. And that's something that we take very seriously when we ask for your feedback. We ask, what kind of training sessions would you like to see as part of the program? So another way that you'll benefit, you'll get an opportunity to boost your online profile through, you can contribute to content. You can also submit articles that can be published on our website as guest blogs. And this is really important for you. It will give you a chance to engage in research. It will give you a chance to boost your own credibility. And it'll give you a chance to really see what it's like to work as part of a community that is creating social change. You'll be listed as a representative on our website of your country and island. And we not only will you receive a certificate, we have something new in store next year. I don't want to reveal too much, but we have something new and exciting where we want to be able to give you recognition of the things that you're doing as part of the program. So again, I don't want to reveal too much, but this is an exciting new aspect of the program for next year. And another benefit, you'll have an opportunity to participate very actively in the Virtual Island Summits 2023, some of the events that we have. So those are just some of the ways that you can benefit. So that's what I have in store for you today for this live stream. I'm going to start to wrap up now. I know that people are saying hello on LinkedIn and on Facebook. It's so fantastic to know that I'm going to be seeing more of you all next year. So I'm going to wrap up this live stream now, and just to say, please do apply. I can't wait to see you again as Ambassador Coordinator, and I can't wait to experience what you will bring to the Island Innovation community. So thanks so very much. Bye.